Hello, boys and girls. It's when we feel like it o'clock. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to our NHL Pearls of Wisdom. This is Ranch.
How you doing?
Yeah, buddy. Ranch has a what channel?
YouTube channel. Yep. It's all right. Capper comparison picks.
Yes, he does. Things are going well there.
Yeah, yep. I've been doing some Nicaraguan and Belarus soccer. Pretty much the only thing going on. Well, but now Chinese Taipei baseball and Chinese Taipei basketball they've kicked off. There's some teams playing that stuff, but I'm not there yet. I'm still doing these leagues, these soccer things. But our buddy John over at Ricket Picks, he's doing Russian short liga professional hockey. So that's go take a look at that if you're into that. Yeah. Even if you're not, go take it. He'll tell you where to put your money, and he's John from Ricket, so he does well with that. So
we love John from Ricketts. We do videos with him too sometimes, and he's one dedicated dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend you go check him out. He also has a Patreon. People are making some big stacks there. When things get going here, I myself also have a Patreon. You might want to check it out. It's with Brian. We call ourselves B-Pow. I like to say it like that. I like to say it all.
I like B-Pow.
B-Pow.
Yeah.
We change it every time. Anyways, we like to have fun here at Pearl of Wisdom Industries and Capper's Companion. We did Edmonton. We did New York Rangers. We did Edmonton. We did, what was the last one?
Islanders.
We
did Boston Bruins.
And what we're doing is we're doing an outlook to what I personally think that the teams are going to do in the future. We're looking at contracts that they've signed, good or bad, or are they going to sign this guy? Expansion draft stuff, all wrapped up in one little video, and it's good times. It's good times. Such a good time. You know what some people are doing? Some people are hitting the like button.
Oh yeah,
the special ones, and they're subscribing, and we love those people.
Yeah, yes, we do. My buddy enjoyed like I told you, I had a friend that's an Islanders fan. He enjoyed it. Despite you're knocking Barzal about that race and all that, he still enjoys watching the Outlook show.
I'm glad he saw. I like watching them after they're done too. I'm sometimes surprised with shit I even say. I said that really? Oh, like 10 minutes after I say stuff, sometimes I disagree with myself. I just sit and argue with myself in the corner. But anyways. Here we go. We're doing St. Louis Blues.
That's right. Stanley Cup champs.
Now, what are they going to do for their future? What does it look like for them? What should we be looking at, thinking about with St. Louis, you figure, Ranj?
Okay. Well, first of all, let's how much cap room they have? You said we figured it out. It's about 10 million.
Just over 10.
I mean, they're with forwards. They got they got a little bit. They have 4 forwards that are coming up their contract expirations. We'll start right down the list with Samuel Blaze.
Yeah, I love this guy. If there's a guy, he to me feels like a guy that's ready for a breakout year. I have a feeling though that even Samuel Blaze may want to move on from St. Louis right now. I know he loves St. Louis in a way, but for his career and his family, it would probably be best for him to get a shot on a team like Ottawa or somewhere where he can play in the top 2 lines. I think he's got the offense to put up some not bad numbers, and he's a good physical force. So he doesn't have. I think he's got arbitration rights, right?
Yes, he is on that list of players with arbitration rights. He was in 40 appearances. He had 6 goals. Not bad, 7 assists. He's decent.
Yeah, I mean he didn't have as much offense but he can't. It's hard for him to get up on the lineup here because they have such a deep lineup, right?
Yeah.
So he plays on the third line a lot.
You got David Perron, so of course and
Yeah.
you got all sorts of right wingers. That's why he plays that Blaze.
Yeah.
Another right winger that's his contract's expiring is that Mackenzie McCackern.
Yeah.
McCackern.
Uh-huh.
He's right there with like Blaze when it comes to money. They're both under 100,000, but they're gonna probably both be needing more, I would assume. You know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna sign Mackenzie to about the same deal. He's a late bloomer. That will push him into free agency, and they'll see where they go from there. They'll just give him a 1 year at 7.
Blaze has better stats than Mackenzie. Yeah, for sure. In 51 games, Mackenzie had 7 goals, where Blaze did 6 goals in 40. 11 less games, almost the same amount of goals.
Yeah, and I think Blaze has the skill level to score higher than that. So I just have a feeling. I know St. Louis is going to really have a hard time letting him go too. They give him 1 year, and maybe something will open up, and they'll be able to sign him long term. They'll want to. But if he goes to free agency, I don't think St. Louis is going to be able to afford to have him, which is too bad. Or he'll take off to that expansion team or something like that. But that's likely going to happen. Mackenzie McEachern is more of a guy that can play in your fourth line, and I think he will next year. But they'll just give him league minimum, probably.
That's what he's at now, league minimum. Yeah. There's also 2 other guys, both making under 100,000. There's Jacob De La Rose, center/left winger, and Troy Brower. Both of them are on the scratches list, but they're both, have contracts expiring coming this year.
I think Jacob De La Rose, he's a restricted free agent. So, and I think he's also got arbitration rights. He's not going to get much more in arbitration.
Actually, out of the 3 of those names, De La Rose, Blaze, and McCackern all have arbitration rights.
Yeah. I don't think Jacob De La Rose is going to get much more than what he already got in arbitration. He's basically a fourth line right winger. He might even get less in arbitration. Actually, he would probably be happy just to get as much as he did before if they can fit him in. If they can't fit him in, maybe they got to let him go this year. And they got some young players coming up that can fill his role. So it's quite possible that they just make a mutual agreement to kind of move on. He's a good soldier. He'll be good for some team out there for sure.
They also got the older guy, Troy Brower, Brower. He's 34 years old, and he's on the scratch list. He's a UFA 2020.
Yeah, Brower is just on the edge of not having a career.
Right.
He didn't get signed by St. Louis till well into the season. He had nobody picked him up. He got a tryout with somebody, I can't remember who it was, and they released him. And then St. Louis had a rash of injuries and signed him halfway through the year. To me, it's likely he'll be retired. I don't think anybody's going to sign him. He's a guy that was, again, a warrior his whole career, and at 34 is old for a warrior like him. His bones are getting really old. His skating legs, he's just too slow now to play in the league. Good soldier. Time to pack it in, I would say.
And since we're still on forwards, real quickly, there's this rookie that the hockey guy said should probably come up this year to fill in shoes. His name's Klim Kostin. It's Russian. Yes. Yeah, I guess the hockey guy there, he said that he should be able to come up and fill a spot on that one of the forwards positions if need be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with him at all. I think it's possible he could come up. I remember when he got drafted, I think it was 2017. I had him way higher than St. Louis picked him.
He's big, 6'4", 212.
He's a big boy, and he's got some skills. I think he's right. I think they will bring him up. I think I would like to see him have one more year to get that offense going a little more. But in a cap world, sometimes you just can't afford to do that. He's probably ready to come up to play a role, and hopefully his offense will progress up in the NHL. But I really liked him. I liked him when he was drafted a lot higher. He was drafted like 26th or something. I was like, what's going on with that? I would have picked him in the top like 15, 17, something like that. Nice pickup by them. They're really good at picking up guys late in the draft.
I guess they're good money management team. They don't overpay anybody. They're paying, a lot of these guys have outperformed their contract. David Perron, he's outperformed. He's getting paid $4 million. He's definitely worth a lot more than that. Yeah, I would say. Their worst contract we talked about this earlier, Alexander Steen, and that's not even that bad. That's just his worst contract because he's old.
Not that bad of a contract. No, they're. Remember, I told you yesterday, John Davidson, the guy that is the president of your team, the New York Rangers, was the one that built the structure for this team. So you look at what the Rangers are doing right now. And he went over to Columbus and built the structure for their team, and you see what Columbus is turning into after years of missing the playoffs. He's one of the most brilliant minds to ever be part of the game, John Davidson. Yeah, he's fantastic. So yeah, who else?
That's it for forwards.
I think he might be the only guy that could come up and perform.
As for forwards, yeah. So so they're not worried. There's no worry like salary, cap space, anything with any of the forwards really. No. Now when you get into the defense, this is where they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with their money, because Alex Pietrangelo, how do you say it?
Pietrangelo.
Yeah. Alex Pietrangelo, he's coming as an unrestricted free agent in 2020, and he's at $6.5 million.
Yeah.
So that they're going to have to pay him more, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's going to command 8.5, I think. 8.5. It's a number that's in my head. Maybe they can get away with 8 if he wants to stay in St. Louis so badly. But there are teams out there that would give him 9.5. So you want to give up $1.5 million a year? It's hard to say what they're going to do. If he's looking for the money, they're probably going to have to let him go, and then it's going to be rough sledding for their defense, I would say.
Yeah. Other people on the list here, we got Marco Scandella. Now, he's at $4 million. He's also unrestricted free agent.
Yeah. Isn't he $2 million?
No, I got him here at $4 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it might have been $2 million against their cap because they traded for him halfway through the year.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. But yes, Marco Scandella, if they don't keep Pietrangelo, they're going to have to keep Marco Scandella because they really did like him. And I like him too. He can play a lot of different roles. They could probably get him for the $4 million. So,
you think so? Yeah, because their last guy, the Vince Dunn, he's cheap.
Yes. Now that's the thing. If they don't take Pietrangelo, it's because Vince Dunn, they're going to sign him to a nice $5 million a year contract and put him in the top 4.
Really? You think he's worth that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, he is. Okay. Vince Dunn is a fantastic, very underrated defenseman.
71 games, 9 goals, 14 assists. Yeah, pretty good.
For a 23-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Not too shabby. The more we get talking about this, Ranj, the more I'm thinking that they're going to let Pietrangelo go. Honestly, I really do. I think they'll put Vince Dunn in there, and then they'll search for another defenseman to put in there. And it's hard to. He's a captain.
I think they might extend his contract. He's 30. He's got a couple more good years left. I think. And he's the big name on the team besides David Perron and Ryan O'Reilly. He's like the big. When you think of the best defensive player on the St. Louis Blues, he's the first guy you think about. You don't think about Vince Dunn or Scandella.
He's going to want to. They're going to want him to stay. It all depends on how much he wants to bend on his salary, because I don't think they're going to give him 8 years at 8 million. I don't think they're going to give him 9.5 million like he could get out there. If he's willing to take 6 years at 8.5 or something like that, then they'll sign him. And then Vince Dunn will have to go. And that's the thing. Vince Dunn will have to go at the time.
They do have a couple rookies though that can jump up on defensive. Nico Mikola. He's a giant. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
Nico Mikola, he's what is that flag? Norway or Sweden or something? I don't know. It's like the white flag with the blue cross on it.
I was looking at him today. He's from Finland.
Finland, that's what it is. Nico Mikola.
He's an interesting prospect. You know what? I can't say he's not very offensive. He's a defensive defenseman. I haven't watched him, but I'm hearing good things about him. So maybe they let Dunn go. They signed Peter Angelo and Mikola.
There's another guy too. There's another rookie, Jake Wallman. He's on that list of like the hockey guy. He said these two defensemen can come up and play, and with the starting, well, not starting, but they can play on the. They have a good depth in the blue line,
Yeah, Jake Wallman. He's.
Well,
yeah, he could be a player. Like he's what, 21 years old. Jake Wallman. Oh, he's 24. Yeah. He could be ready to come up and play a bit. From what I saw of Jake Wallman, I don't think he's ever going to be more than a 5'6", but he's a good depth guy for sure. It's somebody that they can use if they lose somebody like Dunn, or if they decide not to sign Peter Angelo.
And you think of the other depth they have. They have that Robert Bortuzzo and Carl Gunnarsson. They got some depth on their,
They got a pretty good defense. It's a pretty. They got
Justin Falk, Colton Parayko.
Yeah, Falk did not play well though. They picked him up from Carolina, and he played okay.
He's got a long contract till 2027 for $4.8 million.
I really like Falk too, and a lot of people don't. But I think if he's in the right spot, I think he needs to play higher in the lineup, which makes me think that if Peter Angelo asks for too much, I think that they might let him go. But what's going to happen? I really don't know where Peter Angelo's heart is. I know if I'm his father and I'm saying if they're saying 1.5 million less for the next 8 years, and you're saying, well, they want to give me 8 million for 6 years, I'm going to be like, you better a whole lot of love St. Louis to give up $12 million. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tough decision for anybody, and I wouldn't put. I mean, if Peter Angelo takes the 12 million somewhere else, I mean, do you blame him? I don't blame him. I probably would, but it's really hard to say what he's going to do there. There's another player that I don't know if the hockey guy talked about. His name is Scott Perunovich. And he just won the Hobey Baker Award.
Oh, I see him on here. Defender.
Yeah, he got 40 points in 34 games for the University of Duluth in NCAA.
He's on the prospect list.
Those are really good numbers. And he's only 21 years old. I'm hearing they think he's going to play next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe they can get rid of Peter Angelo.
Yeah, Peter Angelo. Yeah, I think they can. That's why they have a lot of leverage to say, we can give you 8 for 6 years, and if that's, we understand that you got to take care of your family. And if that's the case, bro, we loved you here. You're a captain. It's gonna be a sad day, a really sad day if Peter Angelo has to leave, because he's been a really big warrior for them, a leader for them. It's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough, for sure. Yeah. So you're asking me what I think they're going to do right now. I'm really leaning that he's going to go. I'm really leaning, but I don't know.
See, I think they're going to keep him. I think they'll pay him a little extra and give him a little bit of a raise and keep him.
Neither one of them.
I don't know if it's going to be a long-term 8 years or anything, but he'll get a extension.
Oh yeah, you know what? There was more to this. I'll go back to because next year they've got a crap load of restricted free agents and unrestricted free agents. They can free up cap space to keep them.
Yeah, not on defense. Well, both goalies, but yeah, they got the Bennington and Jake Allen are both getting paid 4.4 pretty much, and they're both UFAs in 2021.
Alexander Steen comes off the books next year.
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of forwards: Steen, Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou. That's all next year.
Tyler Bozak. No, you know what? I changed my mind. I think they're going to sign. They're going to struggle this year. They're going to struggle this year. Maybe they'll have to trade a player to appease that, to keep them so they don't lose somebody else on. I don't know. I think they'll sign him. Now that I think about it, I think they'll sign him because they got all those guys coming off the books.
Like I said about the goalies, though, the hockey guy did mention a rookie goalie that can come up and play. Ville Husso. Ville Husso is a goalie from what's that, Finland?
Yeah, Ville
Husso. And the hockey guy was big on him. He was saying a lot of good things about him, and Jake Allen and Jordan Binnington, like I said, both getting paid 4.4 and both UFAs in 2021. So they might want to think about bringing up the Ville Husso. Yeah.
That's one of the things I think that hockey, like it's a lot of people like having all those European players. It's hard to identify with the game sometimes. Like these guys are, who the hell? What the heck? It's true. I'm not as big on Husso as he is. So we'll see who's accurate on that. I don't know. But that being said, Jake Allen's going to go.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bennington.
They'll run with Jordan Bennington. Jake Allen's going to want a better opportunity to be a number one again somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll give Husso a chance. He's getting to that age. He hasn't really put up great numbers in the AHL, though. So we'll see. I don't know where the hockey guy is thinking that he is as good as he is, but you know what? The hockey guy is really good, like really smart dude when it comes to hockey. So I'm not sure.
He 136,000 subscribers. I think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the hockey guy is really good and stuff, but like we all make mistakes. I mean, these guys guys have like how many scouts and they pick the wrong guy, like, so we all sometimes like guys and turns out it's like, why did I like that guy? It's just the way it is. But yeah. I've heard the hockey guy say stuff before and I've went, I just don't agree with that, but he was bang on. And then there's times when he's not. So it's just the way it is. But he knows his shit. Don't get me wrong. Never say otherwise. But I'm a little suspect. So we'll see for the fun of it. I'm a little suspect with Husso. I don't think he's as good as he's putting him out. So that's what we got. I think that's what we got.
Yeah, so pretty much.
My thinking is, first of all, I mean, this lineup is still unbelievable. Fantastic lineup. St. Louis is going to be great for a while yet. One guy we didn't talk about that I wanted to talk about is Oscar Sundqvist. He's 26. He's getting $2.75 million.
Till 2023.
That, my friend, is maybe one of the steal of a contract in the league. That is insane that he's only making $2.7 million. He is one of the best third liners in the league right now. He should be making $5 to $6 million easy, and he can easily play up the lineup and score 25 goals.
Look who he's got in front of him though: Braden Shen, Ryan O'Reilly, and then how about the guy on the where is he? Bozak, Tyler Bozak. He's got a lot of competition if he wants to move up to a better lineup.
I think he's going to take Bozak's spot next year. Seriously, I think Bozak's going to play below him next year. Oscar is
Really?
playing. Yeah, the only reason why he won't is he can play right wing as well as he can center. So he may play up on the right if they put David Perron to the left, they could put him up on the right. But I think he will be playing higher up the lineup next year. He's just that good. He's just every year he gets better and better and better and better. He's still got room to improve, and I love his game already. I'll tell you, you know who loved him and actually was really pissed when the team let him go. He played for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Sidney Crosby, when they traded him, said that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes this organization.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Sidney Crosby is touting a guy like that. He's something else. I love his overall game. I love his attitude. I love everything about him. He would be a captain on my team. I just absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to talk about him before we headed out because I just love that guy. Anyways, boys and girls, I think that's our full 42. We got 25 minutes on St. Louis. That's good for us. Really good.
Yeah, well, that we're averaging about that.
Yeah.
For show.
I love doing this. Check out Ranj's channel. I watch it.
Comparison picks, yep.
Yeah, I'm not even a soccer fan or whatever, but I think it's fun just to hear him talk about each team and talk.
I get a little in depth too far sometimes. I get start talking about players and I ramble a lot. That's my problem. I'm a jabberjaw.
No.
Yeah, I'd easily jump off top.
We're terrible together. We ramble like crazy. I'm a rambler too. Brian from my buddy B there's always okay, we got to shorten it up.
Back on, right. I know I got people in my comments saying, can you shorten your videos up there? I'm averaging about 10 minutes per match per game on my breakdown. So if I'm doing 3 games, it's a half-hour show, and people are like, can you cut that in half? And you go, then the quality's not going to be as good, Then you got 4 minutes per breakdown,
Yeah, you guys need to reschedule your 14 naps so you can get in this. Yeah. And you need to get a nice lady like Helen to do stuff for you so you don't have to, right?
A driver like Hernandez.
Yeah.
A helicopter driver.
Yes. Helicopter driver, Melissa, who will send you, if you hit the subscribe button right now, or anytime actually, it doesn't have to be right now. If they will send you a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace right to your door, helicopter to you by Melissa, signed by me.
Yeah, ground up from Helen.
Why do I not have 1 million subscribers? I don't know. Anyways, this was great. I think we better stop it.
We'll stop.
Have a great day.
Want to do the Pearlo dance?
Do the Pearlo dance.
Out.
Pearlo dance. Pearlo dance. Pearlo dance. Out.
Still recording.